I'm using one of these giant vegetable containers like they use on farms, and I'm layering hay, coconut coir, and cardboard, and I'm going to put coffee grounds, and then I'm going to I don't know what you would call it, seed in my mushrooms this week, and letting this soak and get wet, nice and wet, to add to it. Okay, now I've got the coffee grounds spread out, free, used from Starbucks. I'm probably going to get another bag from them, and then waiting on my mushroom spores to arrive. So I'm soaking this log in water to get it ready, and I have to weigh it down with these bricks so that it'll stay in the water and soak up the water to get it ready to inoculate my lion's mane mushrooms when they come, because that particular type will only grow on a wood log. Well, I check every morning, and I check periodically throughout the day, and I was getting ready to go to the store, but I can't now because, oh, you can't see. Yeah, you can. I have babies, praying mantis babies. Let's see if I can zoom. Look, they're so tiny. They're like the size of an ant. Okay, I'm doing an experiment because I don't have everything available that I need for mushrooms, so I'm just experimenting. I've got cardboard on the bottom, straw. Now I'm putting some old wood that's been laying around about 10 years on my property, probably 8 years. And then I'm going to put compost, and then I'm going to put, I might put the coffee and then the compost, and then I'm going to end it with hay again. And then I'm going to put my mushrooms spawn, mycelium. All right, there's my layer of compost. I hadn't decided if I'm going to make a layer with mycelium first. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but I've got the coffee here and straw. I forgot I had this big root ball in my property. Been laying around for like about 8 years too, so I'm going to use this also. Hey, this is going to be crazy, my experiment, because I'm just going to plant everything. I'm going to do it in like quarters, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, and just do it all in the same bin, and then save some to plug into this rock. But I just want to see what happens if I don't do it by the book. So I have to break all this up. This is all the mycelium, and I have to break it all up and then spread it. So basically, I don't have a video person, and I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just doing it with one hand, and I'm just going to show you a little bit of time. But I'm going to spread it. Everybody knows how to spread stuff when you do a lasagna, and that's what I'm going to do. Okay, we got morel, golden oyster. So I read somewhere that morel mushrooms do better in pine forests that were burnt. So I got some wood ash and pine needles, and I'm adding that to the mix. I'm just guessing what I'm doing right here. I don't know what I'm doing. This is going to be in 4 quadrants, so. Okay, I've just spread the mycelium first layer. I've got morel, lion's mane, wine cap, and yellow oyster. Okay, now I got to do another layer of straw, and I'm actually doing leaves from my tree as well in this, soaking it in water before I do another layer of mushrooms on here. This is just an old used pond that I don't use for a pond, obviously, but I'm using it to soak my leaves in. It makes it convenient for me, and I got it for free. Like I try to get everything free or cheap. Now I'm going to drill holes in this log and inoculate it with lion's mane, but I don't have paraffin wax, so I'm going to see if it will take this year without paraffin. I'm experimenting today. I've wet the log for a couple of days, soaked it in water, except this part didn't get soaked. We'll see what happens. I'm documenting this for my YouTube channel just to see my experiment. I also put water in all these bags to rinse them out and threw the slurry all over the ground, just to see if I have anything pop up over the years. And I'm also just going to leave this log laying in here with all the other stuff, and I'm just covering it, the log, with the lion's mane. I made a few holes, but the rest I put inside the bark cracks, and I'm going to see what happens. I'm just, you know, doing an experiment. I just covered the log, pretty much, this log here, with the mycelium that I was growing in this basket of regular oyster mushrooms, blue oysters. But it didn't do that great. I just got a handful of mushrooms from it. So I said, oh, I'm just going to use that. And it's already got mycelium all over it, but it'll keep that. Maybe I can inoculate it underneath for a while. Maybe next year I'll get some lion's mane if it inoculates that log good enough.